What you need to say is Daniel said God told him XYZ. Jeremiah said God told him XYZ. Because you see, my friends, all these authors, yes, I did say authors, all these authors of the different books in the Bible, the black, the black Karen, forward, forward, sis, forward, forward. Why I say you need to be specific when you quote the Bible and say who said God told them what, because there is not one book in the Bible that was written by God. Not one. Okay? Every book in the Bible was written by an ancient Jewish person who chose to document their story. Whether their story was fictitious or not, they chose to document their story. After many, many years, these stories were gathered together and compiled in the book we now know as the Bible. So these people, so these people who are these conversations that are happening in the Bible, you have to read it contextually and determine who is talking right here and who is this person talking to. Because it's not every voice in the Bible is coming from God, if any. Okay? Because if Jeremiah said God told him something, and Jeremiah writes it and say God told him something, but you take up the Bible and you say God said it, that means right there, so you want to say, oh, whatever Jeremiah said, God said is true. No, no. We need to read the Bible for ourselves, get the context of what people are saying in there, in their story. To whom are they speaking? And what the circumstances are. Because we realize by me just reading the Bible, from the beginning to the end, I realize that there have been a lot of bamboozlements when it comes to me having been told what the Bible say and what God say. Okay? In the last week we read the book of Daniel. And the last week we read the book of Daniel. Daniel was really something else, you know. But hold on a second here. Sister Winsome is in the house. Sister Winsome, happy Friday to you. Good morning to you. Welcome. AG is in the place. AG is in the place. AG, what's up? How you doing? So good to see you. Happy Friday morning. So early in the morning, me see AG. AG, me see you first thing in the morning and last thing before my coffee. Oh, that sounds so. But God, me see you first thing in the morning and last thing before my go to bed. People, we have finally gone over. We have finally gone over the 10K mark on the tube. And boy, people, may I tell you, when we gonna have the party, we can't have the party this weekend because me at work. So we have to have the party next week. Yeah, sometime next week we have to have the party. Can't be today. Can't be today at all. Because when I'm done with the live, I have to go. I gotta run on the street and then come back, come sleep before I go to work. All right. So this morning now we are going to be reading from the book of Hosea. Hosea chapters 6, 7, and 8. And why am I reading 6, 7, and 8? is because six is short, and remember, like a morning, like tomorrow morning, me I go read. Tomorrow morning, me I go read just nine alone, cause so when me leave work, it's gonna be late, so the live not gonna start until maybe 8:30 somewhere around there. So depending on how soon we leave work. Okay, so because of those short chapters, we are going to read three today to kind of absorb the time. Okay. Yesterday when we were reading the book of Hosea, one of the things that came up, me, me say, win some, you're smart, win some, say congratulations. If them not pay, you would reach it yet. A true. Because to be honest with you, win some, since that time until now, I think I have put in more effort, and I think I put in more effort. And I shouldn't say I think, but I know I put on more effort because I was not on live every day, and I wasn't like making videos. But you get to learn as you go along. As you go along, you get to learn, and thanks to some wonderful, wonderful people who I've met on the internet, I've met some really, really, really great people. People who look out for me, look out for my interests and stuff. People who will send me videos or stuff. Yeah, nice people. So we good. We good. I think I know that since then, since the time when they demonetized me, I have I've had more views and more subscribers. But me not cry over it, child, please. Me not cry over it. Me alright. Me alright. You know. We will see what happened. Them claims I'm can reapply until April 3rd. We will see. Whatever they do, not stress out myself. As neither me nor them might live to see April 3rd. So I'm not give myself no high blood pressure. Alright. So come on in, guys. Welcome. I can't call everybody name. Charles, Dunbar, Cherry, Zegos, Zegos 61, um, Shekinah, Shekinah. Oh, your name sound like one name out of the Bible, so that sound like one Bible name. What does the name mean now? 'Cause every name in the Bible means something. Oh, no, hold on, let me turn off this. Okay. Yeah. Arrow. Arrow is here. Arrow, bless up your nice clean self. How you doing? How you doing? Good morning to you, Arrow. Good morning to you. Good to see you. All right, so people who are here, Samuel and the others, get to the book Bible and on a Google Bible or on a Google Bible, and let us read. Let us read. Remember, when I come here, I'm not dissuading anybody from following their religion or their denomination. That is not my intent. Sometimes I do make my feelings, my opinions known, only because this is my journey. All right. Me not come here for cause anybody to abandon or turn their backs on what they believe to be true. I am not here to dispel any truths or anything like that. This is my journey that I am on, and I have chosen to share this journey with the world. So now, to me make mistake, and when me I say, "Oh yeah," after me not know what it's I talk about, yeah. When I got here when me say, "Oh, I just got a eureka moment," yeah, just like in a Hosea 2 and verse 16, when me hear them say them that call God Ishi, which is something I didn't know before. Never know to them anybody that ever refer to God as Ishi. I didn't know that. And so I was like, what? Yeah, I don't like those kinds of confusions. where you just suddenly jump to something else and leave me wondering like, what are you talking about? We were talking about John, and then suddenly you start calling John Jane. You make me think that it's two different people. So that's why I say we need to read the Bible with context. Because if I had just grab the Bible, open it, and it falls on Hosea chapter 2 and verse 16, and I read that verse, I would know them talking about, because they all them say, and it shall be at that time, at that day, said the Lord, that thou shalt call me Ishi, and shalt call me no more Bailey. I never know they were calling him Bailey before, let alone to now call him Ishi. So, the God that they were calling Baal and Baalim were the Babylonian gods. They weren't referring to their God. So anyway, we will continue with our reading. We are now on to Hosea chapter 6. We're gonna start the reading because sometimes we chat too much, when some just say, I go tell me say, Lord Trev, start the reading now. Oh my word. All right, Sister Winsome, now make you have to tell me if you start the reading. I go start it. Hosea chapter 6. Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn and he will heal us. He hath smitten and he will bind us up. After 2 days will he revive us. In the third day he will raise us up, and we shall live in his sight. Then shall we know if we follow on then shall we know if we follow on to know the Lord. His going forth is prepared as the morning, and he shall come unto us as the rain, as the latter and former rain up upon the earth. Okay. Welcome, Tam Tam. How you doing? Okay. Verse 4. O Ephraim, what shall I do unto thee? O Judah, what shall I do unto thee for your goodness? Hold on, let me keep this book here open. For your goodness is as the cloud, and as the early dew, it goeth away. Therefore have I hewed them by the prophets. And in the Bible, when it uses the word Hew, it means like cut down. If you talk about hewing a tree, it means cut it down. It means talk about hewing a person, it means slaying you. All right. Therefore have I hewed them by the prophets. I have slain them by the words of my mouth, and thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth. For I desired mercy, and not sacrifice, and the knowledge of God more than burnt offerings. But they, like men, have transgressed the covenant. There have they dealt treacherously against me. Gilead is a city of them that work iniquity, and is polluted with blood. Hmm. Gilead is a city of them that work iniquity, and is polluted with blood. I know Gilead alone. I know Gilead alone. All of them Isn't all of these? Who they say a giant named Trev? But see, I could have what is. I could have what is. Who this just joined the chat? Name Trev. And my name that thing I'm gonna share it with nobody. But anyway. Golden is here. Alvin is here. Welcome. Thank you all for coming. No big deal. Let us move right along. Verse 8 of chapter 6 says, Gilead is a city of them that work iniquity and is polluted with blood. And as troops of robbers wait for a man, so the company of priests murder in the way by consent, for they commit lewdness. Let's read that again. And as troops of robbers wait for a man, so the company of priests murder in the way by consent. Eh? What that mean? Let me read that again. And as troops of robbers wait for a man, okay, so the company of priests murder in the way by consent, for they commit lewdness. Hold on, the gentle people. Where people them the when I chat? Where people them the in I chat? Oh, no, make me read this again, cause this not so normal. Let's read this again. We are on Hosea chapter 6 and verse 9. And as troops of robbers wait for a man. Okay, I get that. This comparison now. So the company of priests murder in the way by consent. All right. No comma no did no not no did. That is just a straight statement. So the company of priests murder in the way by consent. What that mean? Anybody there, so? Anybody there, so? Who that, Shervington? Somebody named Marlene Shervington. How are you doing? Good morning. Good morning. As we see your name, remember Pluto, that we've been celebrating all week. Pluto Shervington, the man who sing Ram good liver, good fi make manish water. Sister Winsome send me knows to them. Oh yes, Sister Winsome, the man fear. But what me I gonna do? I can't fight with these people. I can't fight with them. They do what they want to do. Mr. Contact. Me not the fighting. I can't be bothered. So just take with time and go on. But when some I don't understand what this here told me just read. Azola, what's up? Sharon, Kelly, Sasha, Devon. Card. What card there? Card, what is that say right here, so? I'm gonna read it again for those of you who haven't heard it. I'm gonna read it again. This is Hosea chapter 6 and verse 9. It says, as troops of robbers wait for a man. Yes, like a one troop of robbers will lay wait you. So the company of priests murder in the way of consent, for they commit lewdness. What the word that mean? Me not think it mean what me I think. So me not even gonna say it. But me have to mark this carefully because me definitely need to search about this some more. because me not understand it. Any people in our chat, I bet if me did say something, I bet if me did say something like no God no day. Uno that see how the whole on would have run out and ready to come chastise me and tell me how me I eat and how me I go hell. You see, that's why I'm telling us say this Bible here, uno ready to condemn people, but uno self don't know what is in it. And that me telling you over and over. Uno self don't know what all these things are in the Bible. You don't have no clue. But when somebody question it, you say, oh, don't question God. Don't question the Bible. The Bible is written by men inspired by God. And if you question the Bible, you're going to lose your blessing. Lose what? Lose what? Yeah. Because you know, have a slave mentality. For say, oh, somebody said to you, say, take a book there, follow it. And it say XYZ. And on run and say, okay, then me I follow it. And me believe you say it's a XYZ, me not have to bother read it. All right. Yeah, all right, me don't chastise you now. Make we keep make we keep moving. Make me keep moving. And all of this just proves my point. All these things just prove my point when I say that the people who come out the most to come condemn you, they have not read the Bible themselves. Them just grab a verse here, grab a verse there, and they have already been conditioned and indoctrinated into believing that whatever is in the Bible is good. Yeah, whatever is in everything in the Bible is good, perfect, and wholesome. But if you read it for yourself, you will realize that that is not true. Because all this bloodletting, all this hatred, all this anger, and with these prophets, I tell the people them about God, tell them to tell the people them lie and all these things. It is so contradictory. It is absolutely contradictory to what we have been taught. Because I've been taught that anything in the Bible is true and anything in the Bible is words inspired by God. I was taught that all my life. But because I'm a free thinker, I not just go with what nobody tell me. I gotta think for myself. I gotta read this thing for myself and understand what it is, what it is talking about. And from me taking on that journey, I have discovered that I bamboozle them bamboozle way. Yeah. And because this everything in the Bible, people, do you think I would want to be inspired by all this bloodletting and all this lying and all this thievery and all these things? That's not inspiration for me. No, that's not inspiration for me at all. But are there good lessons in the Bible? Yeah, things where parables where can use, like they can use for apply to your life today. Of course, there are parables in there that you can use to apply to your life today. But don't come at me and tell me that everything in this Bible here is inspired by God and me supposed to follow in this Bible. Because if me didn't follow in this Bible here, me I come take your land, me I come take your house, me I come take your car. Yeah. Me I put on one long linen robe and come tell us that God say you have to come out of the house, you have to give me one on your bank account, you have to go on down yesterday, move from America and go on down in the the jungles of Guyana, and I will meet you down there, and all these things. You understand? Okay, okay. So that explains how much inspiration I get from these stories. But we are gonna continue. We are going to continue with the reading. I don't understand. I just read right there so a while ago. I don't I don't I don't think I want to say how I feel about it right now, but me I go revisit it some more. I may write very important beside it because me need faith. I may fold the page, make sure so me no miss it. And put my Bible string right there so I may not get it. I wait card there. Card, you understand that? Come know you probably have your Bible I look on too. Just a point of reference from chapter 2:16. What you say, Carlton? What you say, my love? I don't have a problem with people saying, you know, what they say. What you say about it? You said just a point of reference from chapter 2:16. What you mean by that? I'm gonna wait for you to tell me what you mean. Alright, when you decide with it. Okay, so Carlton say Ishi is husband is Ishi in Hebrew. Okay. Okay, and it shall be at that day, said the Lord, that thou shalt call me Ishi, and shall no more call me Baali. Okay, all right. You see, there comes another point of learning. I appreciate that. So Carlton says Ishi in Hebrew is husband, and I appreciate that. Why? Because remember, after right there, it spoke in terms of a marriage when it spoke of the relationship between the Jewish people and their God. So that does make sense. That does make sense, Carlton. And I appreciate that. Do you all get it, guys? So in that's what I like when people in the chat we can contribute. We contribute, and help me along. Because remember saying, I don't know, me don't know nothing. I don't know anything. And it is after I read sometimes that I go back and go stir up and search up to find stuff. But I'm just an ordinary person trying to read this book, trying to read this book here as ordinarily as I can. Okay? So nobody come at me and tell me, say, may I tell you something when me no know. Me not tell you what Jesus thing. Me I read the Bible for myself. And anything me say, I will me think for me. Me just share it out loud. So uno hearing what I am thinking for me. So I understand when Carlton says the word Ishi means husband in Hebrew. Because as we see afterwards, the communication here where Hosea is saying that God is talking to him, it is talking in terms of husband and wife, that kind of closeness for the Jewish people to return to their God rather than serving the gods of the infidel, the Eden, the enemy, if you know what I mean. Thank you, Carlton. Carlton, where you been? I never see you yesterday. Yes. Carlton said, always remember, say Hosea is about Israel's relationship with God, intimate relationship. Yes, I understood that, Carlton. I appreciate that. I understood that because from yesterday's reading, I realized that they speak in those terms. They speak in those terms, and that is why in verse 1, in chapter 1, when Hosea said that God told him to go take a wife from the whoredom. And initially I had said, oh, God, if you tell him to go take one orphan wife, that not sound right. But then when I read further and I realized that they were speaking in figurative terms of the children of Israel and their God as a wife and husband relationship, I realized you're gonna sleep. You've been driving out. Please go sleep because I want when you get back on the street, AG, you should be safe. So when I realized that they were speaking figuratively of the Jewish people and their God in wife and husband terms, I realized that when Hosea said God told him to go take a wife from the whoredom, it meant that he should go take a wife from among the children of Israel who have abandoned their God. Yeah, they are still my people. They are still Jewish people. The law still applies that you marry somebody who is a descendant of Jacob, but because they have turned their backs on me, I'm referring to them as whores. Just like how a wife who would have been cheating on her husband, the term would be used to refer to that wife. So here he's saying that this is how God is referring to the children of Israel. So that's why I'm telling the guys, say reading the Bible and getting the context of what is in the Bible is so important. Because if somebody just pop the Bible open and just read right there and look at Jenna Wade forward in the place. Good morning, my love. How you doing? If someone had just read the Bible and not read the context and not continued the reading to realize what they were reading, they would have just get up and say, oh, God tell Hosea say him dig up figure get what or if he married to. So me can go look what or if he married to as well. Because it's in the Bible. You see why I tell you all that context is important? Very important. What? Oh, you saw me post up your dinner, AG. Lot. AG, I celebrate last night, spaghetti, corned beef, and boiled eggs for because me reached the 10K. And I thank every one of you. Lord of mercy, I can't thank you all enough. I wish I could see each and every one of you to give you all a big hug. Thank you all so much. But we are on our way to 20K. Yeah, we are on our way to 20K. If only them could have remind me. If them could remind me, would have go out for a drink. But like them not remonetize me, we can't go out for no drink. So that's why we'll pop it over pan the tuck here. So yeah, may I try to see how we can get some coins from the tuck. So we can go out for a drink. Right, Carlton? Carlton. It's very important. Yes, Carlton, I'm telling you, it is very important to read the Bible and get the context of what you are read. You can't just run and a grab verse. So I grab verse, and because a verse they sound cute, you are gonna say, "Oh, God say it." That's not right. Not at all. And that's why I appreciate you all so much. All right. But right there, sir, I don't understand. I don't know if Carlton, you understand what I'm saying right here, so in chapter 6 and verse 9. Maybe me have to go read the whole of chapter 6 again to see if me get it. See if something me miss. Green, bless up your nice clean self, Jamaica heartbreaker. Me know the whole of know. The whole of know. But anyway, if you keep me mouth one place, I chew in there, so they roll back and forth. I chew win some. Who is also trying to keep your mouth one place now? Lord win some man. You just call me out so. But I chew me there, so I roll over back and forth. I still hear them. So, Lord. You don't have to call me out so loud. But anyway, let us continue. I don't know why them say them filter some of the some of the comments. I'm always a filter. Them always a filter. But anyway, I'm gonna start reading chapter 6 again because close. Jordan, what's up? What are you doing? Because close to the end right there, so I don't understand what they mean. So bear with me, guys. Remember, you all are on my journey. Okay? So let's do this again. Chapter 6 of Hosea. Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn, and he will heal us. He hath smitten, and he will bind us up. After 2 days will he revive us. In the third day he will raise us up, and we shall live in his sight. Then shall we know, if we follow on to know the Lord. His going forth is prepared as the morning, and he shall come unto us as the rain, as the latter and former rain unto the earth. O Ephraim, what shall I do unto thee? O Judah, what shall I do unto thee? For your goodness is as a morning cloud, and as the early dew, it goeth away. Clyde the woodworker, hey, hey, morning Clyde, I hear time this. I hear time this Clyde, the woodworker. Bless up yourself. All right, I have to keep my mouth one place. Cause me no want win something come out for me. Eh? Franny Boo, Verna Thompson, Jenna Wade, Jenna Wade, bless up yourself, my love, bless up yourself. Let's continue. Verse 5. Therefore have I hewed them by the prophets, that means you cut them down. I have slain them by the words of my mouth, and thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth. For verse 6, for I desired mercy and not sacrifice, and the knowledge of God more than burnt offerings. But they, like men, have transgressed the covenant. There have they dealt treacherously against me. Gilead is a city of them that work iniquity, and is polluted with blood. And as troops of robbers wait for a man, so the company of priests murder in the way by consent, for they commit lewdness. I have seen a horrible thing in the house of Israel. There is the whoredom of Ephraim. Israel is defiled. Also, O Judah, he hath set a harvest for thee when I returned the captivity of my people. Me know, I don't figure out what that mean, and make me know. Because I don't know what it mean. The comparison of robbers lay waiting somebody they want to rob with the priests, with the priests committing murder by consent, committing lewdness. Me don't know if this a verse that the priest them read where them molest off a little boy them. Me don't know. I don't know. I want I wanna think about it in different terms, but that is that is the only term that is currently occupying the forefront of my mind. So if you all have a different explanation for it, I'd be happy to know. That sound fish. That sound very fishy to me too. That's why I'm stumped on it, Genuine. I'm like, what in the devil is going on here? So guys, when we get off the live, you all can go back and go find Hosea chapter 6 and read it and pay close attention when you get to verse 9. Because honestly, I can't explain that part for myself. So I have no clue what that is saying. Me not like how it's on. Maybe one day when I come back to it, I might understand it better. But for right now, my mind is not reprocessing it any differently. Every time I revisit it, it's the same explanation that comes in my mind. So we are going to move right along. We are going to move right along to Hosea chapter 7. All right. Hosea chapter 7 says, when I would have healed Israel, then the iniquity of Ephraim was discovered, and the wickedness of Samaria, for they commit falsehood, and the thief cometh in, and the troop of robbers spoils without. And you know, when the Bible mentions, say, without, without in the Bible means outside, and it also means not having. So depending on the context of it. If they say that you were without the house, that means you were outside. Okay. I realized that through my readings. So let us read chapter 7 again. When I would have healed Israel, then the iniquity of Ephraim was discovered, and the wickedness of Samaria, for they commit falsehood. Okay. And the thief comes in, and the troop of robbers spoil it without. Yeah, the thief come inside, and the troop of robbers then destroy outside. And they consider not in their hearts that I remember all their wickedness, nor their own doings have beset them about. They are before my face. They make the king glad with their wickedness, and the princes with their lies. They are all adulterers, as an oven heated by the baker, who ceaseth from raising after he hath kneaded the dough until it be leavened. In the day of our king, the princes have made him sick with bottles of wine. He stretched out his hand with scorners. For they have made ready their heart like an oven, whilst they lie in wait. Their baker sleeps throughout the night. In the morning, it burns as a flaming fire. They are all hot as an oven, and have devoured their judges. All their kings are fallen. There is none among them that calls unto me. Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. That means say Ephraim parboil, Ephraim not done, Ephraim not ready yet. Strangers have devoured his strength, and he knows it not. Yea, gray hairs are here and there upon him, yet he knows not. I'll make him a beat Ephraim bad so. And the pride of Israel testifies to his face, and they do not return to the Lord their God, nor seek him for all this. Ephraim also, verse 11, and we are on to, for those of you just coming, we are on to the book of Hosea, chapter 7 and verse 11. Ephraim also is like a silly dove. Ephraim also is like a silly dove without heart. They call to Egypt, they go to Assyria. That's really a silly dove. You call him for go to Egypt, him go to Assyria. When they shall go, I will spread my net upon them. I will bring them down as the fowls of the heaven. I will chastise them as their congregation hath heard. Woe unto them, for they have fled from me, destruction upon them, because they have transgressed against me. Though I have redeemed them, yet they have spoken lies against me. This is supposedly the Lord speaking. Okay, supposedly, per Hosea. And they have not cried unto me with their heart. When they howled upon their beds, they assemble themselves for corn and wine, and they rebel against me. Though I have bound and strengthened their arms, yet do they imagine mischief against me. Verse 16, and actually, this is the last verse of chapter 7. They return, but not to the Most High. They are like a deceitful bow. Their princes shall fall by the sword, for the rage of their tongue. This shall be their derision in the land of Egypt. All right. So what I'm getting from there is that Hosea is saying, even though the Lord is about to take the children of Israel out of captivity and reinstall them back in Israel, reestablish Israel, them still not serve him. Them still, they are still, they are saying that they are serving him, but they really aren't. They are liars. They are telling lies. But you see, him say, I got something for them. I gotta make them feel like say them raise up to the heaven like they have been reinstalled, and then just drop them again. Then just drop them like a hot potato. Honestly, that's why I'm telling you say why he couldn't say him a go take them back from captivity, reestablish them in Israel, and even though from them having been in captivity, they had been serving this other God, him a go change their heart. Him a go change them, change the hearts of these men so that they can continue to see just him and him alone as God. Why am I gonna say him? Honestly, the difference, this one I talk about. Well, you not have to see it because of my story. So, but I'm just saying, since remember, this is saying that this is God, who knows all things and is capable of doing all things. What is the point of saying you're gonna get them back, you're gonna make them reestablish, I make them when them things say them is like soaring, meaning they are growing and they are prospering, and you're gonna just drop them again. That sound right? I don't know. That not sound too right. Yes, what I mean, Jenna. Yeah. I just think that I don't like how these prophets and priests and whoever else write their thing. Me not like how them paint them God. But if that's how they thought of their God, that's fine. But me not like how them paint them God. Then I paint them God as somebody who have any tolerance or love and affection and forgiveness and seeking peace, and they make him so exactly genuine. They make him sound petty. They make him sound like everything him ready for him wrath. They might talk about him wrath. They talk about him fury. Like it's a scare tactic. Like they were using this scare tactic on each other. Like when them profess to be a priest, when them profess to be a priest and claim to them dream something, and God tell them something, and them ready to tell the people. And I don't know if it's because they maybe thought the people would not believe them if they brought it forth, if they brought it forth in a mild way. Them have to bring it forth in force. Make the people them trembling at their shoes for the people to obey. Yes, yes, Jenna. This kind of me ready for you kind of God. Yes, me ready for you. Run up in on me if you're bad. Yeah, I mean, it just to me, it just seems not seem right to me. I'm not. Yeah, I don't like the way they paint their God at all, and they consistently talk about his fury and how he's gonna unleash this fury, how he's gonna unleash this fury on the people. You know, and no wonder the people were so afraid. That's why the people were so afraid because all they could hear was how their God, the same person who promised their forefathers that they were going to be the chosen people and they were going to, rule the earth and they were going to multiply and there will be many of them that more than the sands of the ocean. And the people are looking forward to all these prophecies coming true, but they're getting the complete opposite because they are being killed day and night. They are being slaughtered. So that means they are not growing as exponentially as they were promised. They keep hearing that their God is going to look out for them and is going to make sure that they have all the things they need. Yet, the people around them who are serving these gods that they make out of stone and dirt and all these things, they see these people growing and prospering. But for them, that's a far cry from what they are experiencing. Yet they are the ones who have been promised all these good things that they can see their enemies enjoying. So no wonder the people were questioning their faith, like, what is going on here? Wouldn't you question it too? And when your prophets come up, all they can tell you that God say is him a go slay you. Him a go slay you. That's all he can tell you. That's why you see, that's why people were so angry with a prophet like Jeremiah. Because all Jeremiah preached was death and destruction for the Jewish people. That's all he preached. Death and destruction. Death and destruction. People didn't want to see nothing. People didn't want to hear anything he had to say anymore. Because they were tired of being threatened with death and destruction. Not just being threatened, but they were actually being slain. And everything Jeremiah said, a God said. A God said. God tell him so. So no wonder the people chase him out. They don't want to hear nothing at all from him. Because the only thing he come with is death and destruction. And he was not alone. He was not alone. Because if you remember in Second Kings, sometimes I can't remember the exact sitting there, But in Second Kings, when Micaiah and Shammai were having that conversation with Ezekiah, hold on, I'm going to find it and tell you. When, wait, let me find it and tell you. Yeah, when that man slapped the other one across, where could they? Could where they drop back asleep? And him shot the man a box. I don't know if you no ever hear of that this story. I don't know if what you all have ever read it. Wait, let me know why I'm gonna further because I want to find it. It was in in the king. Mm. Well, and the way people them they were always there here at the Bible reading. Uno no remember not all when me read so but just there I read so. In a First Kings. Uno no remember in a First Kings. I think First Kings 22, I think it was. Hold on, I can find it, you know. Leviticus, Numbers, 2 Kings, and 2 Chronicles. First Kings. Yeah. I'm like, remember things sometimes. Sometimes I can't remember everything. My brain is not 20 years old anymore, people. So wait, in our First Kings chapter 22. First Kings chapter 22. All right. First Kings chapter 22, verse 23 to 25. Now therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets. All right. Jenna, you see what me I talk about? Where them say the Lord, and the Lord them say put a lying spirit in. Why would the Lord put a lying spirit? Is that what you expect from your Lord? To give you a lying spirit? No. I mean, I make sure me tell you this so you can go reference it for yourself. First Kings chapter 22 and verse 23. Do you remember somebody go? Yes, you miss out a whole heap of the Bible reading. Yeah, your run we go find husband. Anyway, oh sorry, sister. I would that exactly, Jenna. That spirit, I would not think that that spirit would ever come from God. But this is what the prophet said in the Bible. This is what the prophet said in the Bible. Say, and the verse 23 says, now therefore behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and the Lord hath spoken evil concerning you. That all right. Need I say more? I don't need to say anymore. But Zedekiah, continuing to read it. But Zedekiah, the son of Shenana, went near and smote Micaiah on the cheek. That means he shot Micaiah a box and said, which way did the Spirit of the Lord go? He shot him a box and said, which way went the Spirit of the Lord from me to speak unto you? Yeah. He said, where the Lord, which way you go? Show me which way the Lord go. When leave from talking to me to come talking to you. So he shut him a box. Let me tell you, the Bible is funny. The Bible is okay. So when I say to y'all that when you read the Bible, you find some concerning things in there. You find some things in the Bible if you ask yourself, what the heck is this though, Jesus? What they go on here so? What they go when some that verse? Yes, it is. It is First Kings chapter 22 and verse 20. Me just read 23 to 24. So write it down. Write it down and you can go read it for yourself. Go read the whole chapter or read the whole book of Kings and get you your answers right there. Because my friend Lisa roll up in the place. Lisa, what's up? How you doing? Good morning. Happy Friday to you, sis. Happy Friday. Yeah? So we are here. We are here doing what we do each morning. When we tell people so them things that in the Bible, they're ready to come tell me, to come chastise me and tell me say may I say wrong thing. Me not say nothing wrong, you know. Me say the Bible may I read, you know. I'm only reading it, reading the words that are on these pages. Okay? All right. So if you no get inspiration from somebody in the Bible and shot somebody else a box, you make me know. Cause you say you get inspiration. You get inspiration from all this slaughtering and all these things that's going on here. But anyway, we're gonna continue. We will continue with the reading of the Bible. We are going to move on to chapter. Oh, you're good. Wonderful. Stay good, sis. Stay good. Okay. And on this Friday here, February coming up, me know say, well, now get ready for Valentine. Who no have no money yet to run for internet to go find one for Valentine. Uno watching yourself. Uno catching yourself. All right. All right. And everything uno not have, uno for one for have. Okay, beautiful people. You know who that's somebody, yeah. Me not even call your name because I don't like that name. Okay? But anyway, lady in the green dress, bless up yourself. What your name? Sexy Shen Shen. Bless up yourself. Good morning. So Trev, you think a God put lion spirit in the people their mouth? Win some. Let me tell you something, sister. They no it make the man. They no it make Zedekiah shut the man a box. Hold on. Because him not believe. Him not believe it. Him not believe it say God put no lying spirit in a nobody mouth. That's why I get so upset. You understand? That's why he shot Micaiah the box, you know. That's why Zedekiah shot Micaiah the box because Zedekiah feel say Micaiah I tell lie upon God. I say God put lying spirit. Remember say Micaiah was here in this story here. Micaiah was being quite critical. He was being quite critical of what was going on, you know. And that is why I say, well, if everything them say a God says so, a God says so. If everything them say a God tell them so, and Micaiah realize they appear lie them a tell, then they must God. Then if God tell them everything, what else am I gonna say? I gonna say, well, a God put lying spirit in their mouth. A God tell them to tell the people them lie because them say them come from God. Them say a God send them. Them say a God give them inspiration to come talk to the people. So if what they are telling the people is not true, then therefore I must God put lie in their mouth. Zedekiah didn't like that. So that's why Zedekiah shut him about. Because remember, says Zedekiah claimed God was with him, you know. So he said, then if God be with, how comes God leave? When did God leave from me and come to you to come tell you that? So, so there you have it. Them always I say God said, well, you see, Sister Winsome, that is the thing. That is the same thing we have that is pervasive in our society today. When pastor them want you to come control them your money, then I tell us say God say if you come control your money in an offering bin. God say if you come, you have to give them 10% and then if you contribute because pastor have to live pretty while you did live poor. Pastor no tell you say it is easier for a camel go through the needle of an eye, the eye of an eye. You know hear me talk about foolishness. Eh? Pastor no say it is easier for a camel going in the need, go through the needle, go through the maybe I chat rubbish. Pastor say, God say, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to go to heaven. But Pastor say, in the same breath, bring what you have come, put in the storehouse of the Lord. Pastor have 3, 4, 5 Lamborghini park up. Pastor having plane, pastor having how much houses, beachfront houses and everything. Pastor have everything to in comfort. And pastor tell you say, you know deserve all of this. You're not supposed to have all of this. Because rich people can't go heaven. So what pastor now plan to go heaven? The bamboozlement continue. So you see, same like how Zedekiah walk up and shot Micaiah box. I saw some of them pastor you want some more Zedekiah. Cause them are Micaiah. Them want some more Zedekiah around the place. Eh. But anyway, we are going to continue. Let us continue. Hosea, we are on the book of Hosea. You just thank you, but I have the pastor can't tell me what to do. Eh? Eh? The only thing is, Sister Winsome, them not say if you give you 10%. You not give you 10%. Them are gonna tell us you're not gonna ever gonna give 10%. And the offering plate pass around 4 times in a day. And if you choose something at the offering plate every day. Can pop. Mike, good morning, Mike. Isaiah roll up in our place. Good morning, Isaiah. Good morning, Karen. Now, blessings, blessings, blessings to you all, guys. All right, we are gonna move right along into Hosea. Hosea chapter 8. Hosea chapter 8. Oh, your church not do 10%. Oh, I first me I hear about one church when I do 10%. Oh, them you are come as you are, church. Give what you have, church. Okay. And even when you just like give what you have, pastor still have. Not get me wrong, people. Me understand say if you are run one church, you're gonna need money to pay the light bill, pay the water bill. So who get all that money when you give to it? Hey Mike, that's a great question. Me not get none, me love. Mike say, what you mean who get the money? The pastor. You not see your pastor, you not see the pastor them on TV, or them a live pretty. Eh. You not see them a live nice. Have how much houses and how much cars and airplane and who you think get the money? That's your answer right there. I'm say it all the time. I say with all the churches we're in a black communities, with all the money where black people are dropping a church bucket, why our community remains so despondent? You understand? Why? Why? Where all of them, the billions of dollars where black people they drop in a church bucket. Why isn't the church as an institution taking on that responsibility to ensure that the people who keep the doors open and keep the wings on the pastor's aeroplanes and the wheels on the pastor's Lamborghinis, why these people continue to suffer in such financial despair? The church supposed to the church should invest some of that money into the people who keep the stripes on the church. You understand? Mike said they all me I got turn the other way. Them turn it back way. Yeah. May I tell you the truth? My church give all right. Somebody said then church give back give back food. Give the people them food. Let me tell you, you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach a man how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. When church come round for Christmas, I give people one bag with two little canned food and two little pieces of night. Move with that. Move with that. You understand? The church supposed to ensure. So they picking them in the church, picking them with them parents, grow them up in the church, put them in the church. The church supposed to ensure that these children are fit for society. Them just always want to give you religious belly full. Them want to give you religious belly full. Yeah, once you come at church and you're filled with the Holy Spirit and you're baptized and everything else will work out. God will take care of you. You don't have no education. You're the one you struggle, you suffer. But them expect you to come back every weekend. Come, fill my cup, Lord. I lift it up, Lord. You're still hungry. Somebody said, I stopped giving to church. I was getting angry to give. God love a cheerful giver. Somebody said, I like that. They say, God love a cheerful giver, and I wasn't cheerful. Let me tell you something. I am a giver. Ever they give. But me not giving it to the church. For them go take it, put it in a some store or somewhere, buy Lamborghini. No. When somebody the right ear, so when me can see we're hungry. And me take the money and me go give it to the church. And that somebody are beside me here so still hungry. No. I I love that. Lisa say I give to the needy, not the greedy. Same here. Same here. I give to the needy, not to the greedy. Mike says, and the thing is, when you need help, you can. Oh, Mike. Mike said, when you need help, you can't go to the church, go get any help, and you pay 10% a collection plate. Exactly. I tell you all, I have been saying this since I was young. Since before me even been reading the Bible, I've been saying this. You understand? Remember when me there college, I'm talk about them something. Yeah? People say, Lord Trev, you're not afraid. You're not afraid. You're not afraid of what? Afraid of what? I'm questioning what I was socialized to believe. I'm questioning what I was indoctrinated to believe because I have a right to question it. You understand? I have a right to question it because it was given to me to follow and to obey. So me need to question it. Where this come from? The people them were in the church, people in a church should be living pretty. People not supposed to be at church and from them yeah they need them a drop 10% in a church basket every Saturday, every Sunday, and them grow up them pitney them in a church, them still poor, them still not have nothing, them still a beg like Epta Gibson, one hand in front of them and one hand behind them. Where is the church? That are my question. Where is the church when the people need the church? The church are called the people, so the church need the people because the church need the people come drop 10%. But where is the church when the people need help? And that's my question. Samantha, bless up your nice clean self. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming, my dear sister. You understand? That is my question. Where the church there? Me not think say a church that is one of the richest institution. After all the church, after lay away your downfall to make sure so them remind you say if you know do XYZ, You're not gonna go to this paradise heaven where you're gonna drink milk and honey where they run per road, you're gonna play with lion and tiger. What kind of desire is that? Me not have that desire that we drink no milk and no honey and play with no lion and a tiger. While I am alive now, while I am alive now, yeah, this is what I'm interested in and what I can see now. Oh, you gonna tell me, say, me supposed to accept poverty? No, because it is from my acceptance of this poverty in my life that I will be given a rich life after I die. How does that make sense? And then in the same breath, they tell you, you have only one life to live, death is final. Then them come back and them tell us, say, one white man with straight nose and long white hair and blue eyes, I go come out of the sky wearing wrap up in a white, and him I go tell you, say, I go wake you up from the dead. And then him I go judge you by the way you lived. I go wake up everybody what did all these years and years and years and years and years. And judge everybody. And then some people who live right and were saved and all of these things, I go up with him in the sky. And then the rest away gonna be thrown in this perpetual fire. Like, make it make sense. I speak in terms of reality. All right. I am a realist. I think in real terms. I not think in terms of fantasy and something. You understand? You can think of your fantasy, you can see your fantasy, I will listen. But me not think in terms of fantasy. Me think in terms of provable reality. Okay? Let me see what this is somebody has said. But the thing is, we are the church. That is just the congregation. Oh, okay. Mike said, well, we are the church. That is just the congregation. And Mike said, this is brainwash. It is. It is. Lisa said, I believe this, but in just not believing that it say is a white man. Well, okay. We have been taught. I've been taught that all my life, Lisa. I've been taught that all my life that the cloud I go open up one day and somebody I go come out. I go come out of heaven. To me, that has been the desire of the Jewish people. Remember, I know I'm just saying what I believe. Remember, I know this. This is all of what I'm saying is me saying. Okay. Remember, the Jewish people believed that their God must have been the God who created heaven and earth, the oceans, the seas, the clouds. They believe that whoever that is, whoever that entity is, that is their God. The other people who lived around them did not believe in their God. The other people made their own gods out of wood and stone and dirt and gold and make them look an image and pray to them look an image, right? So wouldn't it be that with all that was happening around to the Jewish people, with all the people around them living well, having a good life while praying to the little stone, compared to them who were praying and making sacrifices, etc., to their God. Their lives were so completely different that they had to develop a new version of hope. That is just my thought. Our Lisa said, what's your faith? Lisa said me a Jehovah's Witness. I'm a realist. I'm a realist, sister. That's what I am. That's why I read the Bible. For myself, for myself, abandoning all that I've been indoctrinated to believe and reading it for myself. All right. So these are my thoughts that I am choosing to share with the world, because certainly as I go along, there are going to be people who have different ideas that can either complement or contradict mine, and that is perfectly fine, because it's from the sharing of ideas that we will be able to come to a closer understanding of all of this, because this don't just affect me, it affects all of us, because all of us were taught something religious. We were indoctrinated in some way, some kind of fashion. We were indoctrinated. So I don't mind. I don't mind people, you know, contributing their ideas or their views, to what I am saying. Just the only people that me not accept is the people them who try to be disrespectful and try to come tell me, oh, me I go to hell and all these things. Yeah. Typical people, because in the Bible, people who didn't agree with people are always, slain. So it's typical when I hear people come with that. But anyway, yeah. So as I was saying, I don't believe all of this fantasy stuff that is being shoved in my face to say believe. All of this no. Uh-uh. And excuse me. And if you think that what I think is not right, I see when me think where you think not right either. So you can continue think where you think, and me continue think where me think, and the two of us march on together through this life, because one thing is for certain, none of us will leave here. What you believe now gonna make you leave here alive, and what me believe now gonna make me leave here dead. The two of we are gonna leave here dead. Nobody will leave out of this life alive. Okay? But I one thing me know for certain. Say after me dead, me now come back. There's no coming back. When you're dead, you're dead. Somebody said, then if me not believe in the story of Lazarus. Like seriously? Like seriously? Like seriously? Oh, with some fit up in eyes and start to read. All right. Boy, with some you can't come to me, man. Jesus have mercy. Just when me think me up on a roll, you just forward me out so. But anyway, people, we are reading Hosea chapter 8. Hosea chapter 8 said, set the trumpet to thy mouth. Yeah? Put the trumpet up to your mouth. Set the trumpet to thy mouth. He shall come as an eagle against the house of the Lord, because they have transgressed my covenant and trespassed against my law. Hold on, the beautiful people. Oh, this roll up in the place. Gentle soul. Keep it gentle, keep it locked. Hold on, the people. We need a light, you see. Okay, there we go. All right, let us continue. For those of you who are just coming, we are on Hosea chapter 8. It says, set the trumpet to your mouth. He shall come as an eagle against the house of the Lord, because they have transgressed my covenant and trespassed against my law. Israel shall cry unto me, my God, we know thee. Israel hath cast off the thing that is good. The enemy shall pursue him. They have set up kings, but not by me. They have made princes, and I knew it not. Of their silver and their gold have they made them idols, that they may be cut off. Thy calf, O Samaria, hath cast thee off. Mine anger is kindled against them. How long will it be? Will it be ere they attain to innocence? Well, Achu, you know, win some. Achu. You know, say Achu, though. Achu. Mm. Let us continue. Verse 6. For from Israel was it so. The workman made it. Therefore it is not God. But the calf of Samaria shall be broken in pieces. All right. So you hear them say, well, these idols that they have made and that they are worshiping is not, is not God. They were made by the carpenters and the potters. Yeah. So they can be broken into pieces. Verse 7. For they have sown the wind, and they shall reap the whirlwind. It hath no stalk. The bud shall yield no meal. If so be it yield, the strangers shall swallow it up. Israel is swallowed up. Israel is swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you ever been swallowed up? Anywho, let us continue. Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles as a vessel wherein is no pleasure. All right, let me fold that page up and I have to go come back to the page here. Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles as a vessel wherein is no pleasure. For they are gone up to Assyria, a wild ass alone by himself. Ephraim as hired lovers. Yea, though they have hired among the nations, now will I gather them, and they shall sorrow a little for the burden of the king of princes. Because Ephraim hath made many altars to sin, altars shall be unto him to sin. I have written to him the great things of my law, but they were counted as a strange thing. They sacrifice flesh for the sacrifices of my offerings, and eat it, but the Lord accepted them not. Now will he remember their iniquity and visit their sins. They shall return to Egypt. But me think say, but hold on there. But I thought that they were in fact supposed to eat the sacrifice them. So then they supposed to eat them. Kuya, what is? I thought they were supposed to eat the sacrifices. Because you all remember as we have been reading, when the children of Israel were sacrificing the young ram and the lamb and whatever, and sacrificing it on the altar, didn't they eat it afterwards? So how Hosea said God said them they supposed to eat it? Eh eh. Then Moses eh eh. Watch ya. So hold on there. So Moses did lead them wrong to tell them to eat the sacrifice them. Hold on the people. Was that a false directive that Moses had given to the people? Because oh no, I must say the people them they're supposed to eat the sacrifices. And I'm going to return them to Egypt. Pharaoh not going to have that. Them can't return to Egypt. Well, let me read that again. Let me read that again, lovely people. Let me read it again. Hosea chapter 8, we're going to read from verse 11. Because Ephraim hath made many altars to sin, altars shall be unto him to sin. I have written to him the great things of my law, but they were counted as a strange thing. So he said he had written to them his law, but them considered his laws to be very strange. They sacrifice flesh for the sacrifices of my offerings and eat it, but the Lord accept them not. Now will he remember their iniquity and visit their sins. They shall return to Egypt. Okay. Mark, this was another question, never part of the Bible. For Israel hath forgotten his maker. You see, now I'm refer to Israel in male terms. For Israel has forgotten his maker and builds temples, and Judah hath multiplied fenced cities, but I will send a fire upon his cities, and it shall devour the palaces thereof. I don't know if me read one chapter in the Bible when I mention say God I go burn up something, burn up somebody, slay somebody. I don't think I've read one chapter in the Bible yet. That has not spoken such. I don't think so. Because here it's right there so again. I'm going to burn up the city of Judah. Sister Winsome, bless up yourself. I say Tia. Our card the card must drop back asleep. Our sleep must drop her back. One or the other. But anyway, lovely people, we are going to continue with the reading. For those of you who are just coming, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for coming. You are in the live of Trev from Trevessence on the talk, and Trevessence on Sapable TV on the tube. So if you're on the tube, yeah, go check me out. Leave me a response on one of the video them. Yeah, cause that's the only way me run up and down, you know. When me see people leave a comment on one of my videos, yeah, me go seek you out, me go see if you have one channel, and me go support you. You understand? Yeah, cause that's how it go. No man is an island, no man stands alone. Each man's joy is joy to me. Where Jamaican them don't know that song? Which one you know that song there? No man is an island. No man stands alone. Each man's joy is joy to me. Each man's grief is my own. We need one another. So I will defend. Each man has my brother. Each man is my friend. The last part they kinda know. But anyway, each one has my brother. I'm fine with that. We used to have to sing that song that every Friday. Every Friday, if they still have Jamaican students sing those songs and express brotherly love against towards each other. We not even know. I don't even know what is the state of affairs in Jamaica anymore. You know, me think me do myself a great injustice. Me think me do myself a great injustice to run a come at that place here. But anyway, me I go give thanks and keep moving. Anyway, let me continue, guys. We are going to continue with the reading. Welcome, Garfield. Bless up yourself. Good morning. How you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much for coming. All right, me go off on one tangent right there, so they start singing for you. But anywho, let us move on to Hosea. Hosea chapter 9. This is our last chapter we have for this morning's reading. Did I tell you all how much I appreciate y'all? Whatever, Mike. What Mike said me I put him to sleep with me singing. Whatever, man. All right, me I go read now. Me I go read. Oh, wake up now. Wake up. Wake up. Verse 9, chapter 9 of the book of Hosea. Hosea says, rejoice not. All right. Rejoice not, O Israel, for joy as other people, for thou hast gone a whoring from thy God. Thou hast loved a reward upon every corn floor. The floor and the winepress shall not feed them, and the new wine shall fall in her. No, so that can't write. The floor and the winepress shall not feed them, and the new wine shall, I fall that or fail, shall fail in her. I'm gonna say it's fail. I think the dot of the I has run into the stick, so it looks like fall in her. I think it's fail. The floor and the winepress shall not feed them, and the new wine shall fail in her. All right, I'm gonna leave it right there. So they shall not dwell in the Lord's land, but Ephraim shall return to Egypt, and they shall eat unclean things in Assyria. Really? They shall eat unclean things in Assyria. They shall not offer wine offerings to the Lord, neither shall they be pleasing unto him. Their sacrifices shall be unto them as the bread of mourners. All that eat thereof shall be polluted. For their bread, for their soul shall not come into the house of the Lord. Kim on, bless up yourself. Good morning. What will ye do in the solemn day, and in the day of the feast of the Lord? For lo, they are gone because of destruction. Egypt shall gather them up. Memphis, Memphis shall bury them. You know, say the word Memphis in my Bible. At first, me I see it. Memphis shall bury them. The pleasant places for their silver. Nettles shall possess them. Thorns shall be in their tabernacles. Oh, well, that's a nice little curse right there. Verse 7. The days of visitation are come. The days of recompense are come. Israel shall know it. The prophet is a fool. The spiritual man is mad. For the multitude of thine iniquity and the great hatred. Let me read that again. Verse 7 of chapter 9 of the book of Hosea. The days of visitation are come. You know, a visitation when you're dead, right? Visitation. All right. The days of recompense are come. Israel shall know it. The prophet is a fool. The spiritual man is mad. For the multitude of thine iniquity and the great hatred. The watchman of Ephraim was with my God, but the prophet is a snare of the fowler in all his ways. Remember Psalm 91 talk about the snare of the fowler, he shall be delivered from the snares of the fowler and the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. Well, here in Hosea chapter 9, it says, the watchman of Ephraim was with my God, but the prophet is a snare of a fowler in all his ways, and hatred in the house of his God. Ginger Bond, bless up yourself. DD74, how you doing? They have deeply corrupted themselves. They have deeply corrupted themselves, as in the days of Gibeah. Therefore, he will remember their iniquity. He will visit their sins. Verse 10. I found Israel like grapes in the wilderness. I saw your fathers as the first stripe in the fig tree at her first time. But they went to Baal Peor and separated themselves unto that shame, and their abominations were according as they loved. As for Ephraim, their glory shall fly away like a bird. From the birth and from the womb and from the conception. Though they bring up their children, yet will I bereave them, that there shall not be a man left. Yea, woe also to them when I depart from them. As this must say, God has say no. You hear all those threats, so I must send that this is what he's going to do to Israel, his chosen people. All of this is going to be done to them. I'm gonna make them forgotten from even as a person, them are gonna be forgotten from birth, them are gonna be forgotten even from their conception. That sounds like utter destruction. Destroy you and destroy your memory, everything. Right back to the time when you were conceived. That is how the destruction is going to be so massive, so vast, so exponential. Why though? Just because them go serve other God. But uno remember say Jeremiah told the people that God say them to go on a Babylon. Uno remember that? So when you see the Bible is talking about these prophets telling lies, of course yes. Of course yes, the prophets have been telling lies. So, Mama ask you, how you know which prophet was telling the truth? Eh? How me if know which prophet was telling the truth? Eh? How we know which prophet was telling the truth? When there has been so much evidence of so many of them lying. So much so that they were even having infighting. They were fighting amongst themselves. Who is telling the truth and who is lying? Some prophets believed that they were indeed ordained by God and they had spoken to God, while others, they were saying to the others, like, what you are saying is not jiving with me. It's not jiving with what I am saying. So somebody is lying and it's not me. And then the person says, well, somebody is lying and it's not me either. Somebody a lie, so God tell them something. And the person say, are you a lie? So God tell you. And the other person, well, are you a lie? So, how me now, thousands of years later, how am I supposed to read this documentation that you all wrote about this lies and suspected lies that you believed each other was telling about their experience with God? How am I now supposed to determine which of you was speaking the truth and say, okay, I am going to believe this one? It is unnecessary politics. Yeah, a straight up politics. Just like how you can say, you know what? I want to believe the politician here. But the politician here and the other politician here representing the other party, they come all the time, they say the same thing. They promise us the same things and they don't deliver. How am I supposed to know now which one of them is promising, which one of the promises is going to come through? Me I go just pick one, win, lose or draw. Me I go just pick one and call it a day. That's the point I believe the people were at. And that's why the people could not maintain their loyalty. Them couldn't maintain their loyalty because them no know who I tell the truth. The people that fight among the prophets fighting amongst themselves because they were all saying different things, but everybody was saying God told them so. So the people them get confused. And then they were always preaching such death and destruction to the Jewish people. And the people wondering what kind of God this me I serve, Father. I really the God this of my fathers me I serve. I can't be because this a God my forefathers said was going to have us, growing numbers and going to have us ruling the earth. And it's the same God that they say was going to have us doing all these wonders on the earth and all these things. But we are getting wrath. We are the ones being destroyed. Look on we neighbor them. Them are pray to them look God will make out a stone. And look how them are prosper. And look on we. You understand? So I can understand the concerns of the people. And then the prophet come and say, Uno gonna whoring, uno not follow God. Now that's why him a go destroy uno. So now uno must accept this destruction. Now uno must accept this destruction because it is coming from your prophets who say it is coming from your God. Come like people and want to sit down and accept poverty. And say the Bible say, you understand? The Lord says something about poor people. The Lord said poor people, him love poor people. I saw I don't know if the Bible said that. But them always a give poor people some bag for all. Some religious bag of foolish for all and pan. While them go out and get the riches and live nice and pretty and make us feel as though poverty is noble. Poverty not noble. Poverty is not noble. And I say it already and I say it again. Poverty is not noble. Preachers and other people want poor people to believe that it is a noble thing to be poor, can't feed your picnic them and walk barefoot because no worry yourself. No worry yourself. When you're dead, you're gonna get something better. Why me gonna get something better when me dead? Why me can't get it better when me alive? When me dead and me can't see it, me can't feel it, me can't hear it, me can't enjoy it. That's when me forget it. That's when me deserve it. That's when me deserve a good life after me dead. But look on the people them who encourage you to wait until you're dead for have a good life. They are having a good life now. So why them have desire now for have a good life? Why them not just stay poor and wait until them dead forget the good life? No, the math ain't mathing, people. The math ain't mathing. And I think in too much of a real terms to accept that. That is how, if I say there is if I say there is a God and I believe in a God, if I say that, I don't think that is how that God would want me to live. To be poor and desperate, poor and desperate, and then wait until I die to me live happy and comfortable life. A happy and comfortable life. I don't think so. So I'm not subscribe to that. Me not subscribe to that. Me not wait to live when me after me dead. Yeah, me I live now while I am alive. When me dead, that's a different story. But I don't plan to live after death. I plan to live while I am alive, and then after I die, that's death. Right? Whatever comes with death, that's it. But whatever comes with life, I'm not going to abandon what comes with life to and expect to recapture it after death. In real terms, that cannot make sense. Yeah, that don't make sense in real terms. But anyway, we are gonna continue. When some soon tell me say me I chat too much. But anyway, let us continue. We are on to the book of Hosea, chapter 9. Chapter 9 and verse 12. Though they bring up their children, yet will I bereave them. Let me see what I say. No, God wants not to want that what he said. No, God want us not to want. Wait there. Something missing there, so Mikey. No, God want, oh, I think that is us, not to want that what he say. Oh, this text me now. Oh, at time now, all of my texts and stuff are coming. Want what he say in Psalm 23. I don't know. Say that again. I think I missed something there. So in what you say, and I don't wanna be dismissive. I don't wanna dismiss or disregard what you're trying to say. But me not get it. No, God want us not to want that what he say in Psalm 23. Paul, what happened? Cooking with Paul. Bless up yourself. Me not know. Me not get it. Say it again, and then me see if me get it. But anyway, make we continue. Though they bring up their children, yet will I bereave them, that there shall not be a man left. Yea, woe also to them when I depart from them. Woe be unto uno. When me depart from uno I go see which God uno serve. Ephraim, as I saw Tyrus, is planted in a pleasant place. But Ephraim shall bring forth his children to the murderer. Give them, O Lord, what wilt thou give? Give them a miscarrying womb and dry breasts. I wonder if you don't know that the Bible may I read. The Bible may I read, you know. Let me read yesterday again if you know. Verse 12 of Hosea chapter 9. Though they bring up their children, yet will I bereave them. That means I will slay the children. So you have to cry for the pit of them, because I'm going to kill them. Though they bring up their children, yet will I bereave them, that there shall not be a man left. So everybody will get slain. God wants us to have, not to, yes, He wants us to have something. He doesn't want us to not have anything. Okay, now I get you. Now Mike says God wants us to have. He doesn't want us to not have anything, as according to what he says in Psalm 23. Okay, now I understand what you're saying, my love. Yeah, I don't see how they romanticize poverty and package it nicely and present it to especially to Black people until they say this is your lot, this is your worth. We not run, sir. You understand? And that is why the churches can sit down in the Black communities and feel comfortable watching the little Black boys run around with no hope, and the little Black girls run around with no hope and do nothing about it, because they have been conditioned as well into believing that this is supposed to be our lot. And them sit down at the middle of the community and collect money every Sunday and every Saturday, and the community not get none of it. Let us continue. Ephraim, as I saw Tyrus, is planted in a pleasant place, but Ephraim shall bring forth his children to the murderer. Give them, O Lord, what wilt thou give? Give them a miscarrying womb and dry breasts. All their wickedness is in Gilgal, for there I hated them. For the wickedness of their doings, I will drive them out of my house. I will love them no more. All their princes are revolters. I never know. I would have read this in the Bible. I will love them no more. All their princes are revolters. Ephraim is smitten. Their root is dried up. They shall bear no fruit. Yea, though they bring fruit, though they bring forth, yet will I slay even the beloved fruit of their womb. That right there, so, is total and utter destruction of Israel. Him a go slay who alive, him a go slay who in the womb, and when you get pregnant after, him a go make sure say everybody woo, make sure say you don't have a miscarrying womb and dry breasts. That means say, okay, baby, love you. Be good. Okay. All right. Wanna hear that? Wow. It's going to cause them to have a miscarrying womb. So that means no more pitney will be born of them. And dry breasts. That means you know what dry breasts mean? Yeah. Yeah. You can't even feed the suckling. That has some deep kind of hatred right there. So, and if you were questioning whether that kind of hatred was real, it says, I will love them no more. Mighty God. Verse 16. Ephraim is smitten, their root is dried up, they shall bear no fruit. Yea, though they bring forth, yeah, yet will I slay even the beloved fruit of their womb. So even if you escape from miscarrying the baby and you carry it, him a go slay it. Him a go make your breast dry up. You can't go even feed the baby. No, so them so many so normal. Them a kind of hatred me never hear of ever. But you hear it in the good book. Wanna tell me something? Who in the chat get inspiration from this? Oh, I thought so. Verse 17. This is the last verse of chapter 9 and the last verse of today's reading. My God will cast them away because they did not hearken unto him, and they shall be wanderers among the nations. Yeah, they shall be wanderers among the nations. So how come? How come before he was calling for them to come back and rebuild Israel? Una see something right here, so now this right here is contradicting the previous text that said God was calling back the children of Israel to come back and rebuild Israel. Don't that that's what I got from it, because I read that he was calling them back to come rebuild Israel. But here you see now in chapter 9, him no want see them, him no want hear them, no want have nothing to do with them. Him say I will love them no more. We are gonna make them have a miscarrying womb. Every time them get pregnant, pitney dead, dry up breast. If one pitney now, if they happen to carry a child to viability, them breasts are gonna dry up, then can't go feed the baby, so the baby are go broops. You know what I mean? You know, so certain words over here, them always are sanction people for use certain words. And him a go slay all these people. The amount of slaying what the people them getting for just for having gone what they call a whoring by serving the wooden god and something. It's I mean, I don't think this kind of hatred, I would never expect like this kind of hatred and lack of forgiveness and lack of grace to be coming from any God. Do you? Do you? Me not know. Me not tell nobody what to believe or what not to believe. I'm just saying all of this has shocked me. Sugar, all of this has shocked me. Like, what in the world? You know, this is some really deep, kind of hatred. Some really deep hatred, which part me I gonna make sure it's not even a child you can't bear. And if you bear that child, I gonna make sure so this suckling, me dry up your breast so that the poor suckling can't stay alive. No, sir. Them are something normal. But it is in the Bible. It is in your good book, the good book that we have been given. I mean, never know somebody that ever lived for reading that the Bible say. God say, I'm going to love the people them no more. I can't the people them who I want to come back to him. Or if you're not going to love them no more. So if you're not going to love them no more, that explains why in verse 17, he said, they shall be wanderers among nations. That means them are going to scatter away all about. Scatter away all about. So you want to tell me, say, it was pleasing to the Jewish God that the state of Israel that was dismantled by Nebuchadnezzar back in the day that it should have been so. That him never did want the cohesion anymore. Him never did want the people them to be together anymore to continue to build this dynasty that Moses said he told him he wanted them to build. He had abandoned that idea. He didn't want it anymore. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting because Moses said he told them he told him to tell the people he wanted them to grow exponentially. Abraham said then his seeds his seeds going to be more than the sand in the sea, and I'm gonna rule the world. So is it that in Hosea that idea has been abandoned? Him a gonna love them no more, and them a gonna be scatter all about. That's interesting. But I know me say it, people. No don't run go say you say it, you better quote it in the Bible. Right, Bigo? I know me say it. The Bible may I read. Our in the Bible. So no come at me because afraid to read the Bible. Me just read it out loud. Cause I could just stay right here and just read it to myself. But me know so plenty of out there would love to hear what in the Bible, but you don't have time to read it. It's too big, it's too bulky, and it make you not understand. You can't understand it. So no now bother to read it. Well, that's why I am here. With my nosy self. Me I read it. So what them hiding it from me? What have they hidden in it from me? So me I read it. And reading it out loud. Me just start so me never did start talking the reading from a long time. Cause a long time we start reading, from Genesis, and I'm just there, I was there. I just decided that, me I go and talk it. But anyway, that's where we're gonna end the reading for this morning. When we come back tomorrow, we will be reading Hosea chapter 10. No, what we read this morning? We read 6, 7, and 8. But then only did read Then only read chapter 9. And somebody so excited this morning that me read 6, 7, 8, and 9. I could have what this, Father. Well, maybe it was meant for me to read it today. That was a natural curse, really. Miss B, my dear sister said that was a natural curse, which I believe it is even today. Well, that was serious curses. Eh, that was a serious curse for sure. It was. So, you hear it for yourself. Say, you hear Trev say it, but Trev read it from the Bible. All right. Me never did intend to read so much, but I did. All right. So tomorrow when we come back, we are not going to be here this early because me I go work tonight. So tomorrow the reading is going to be later, maybe like at I don't know, me I gonna say about 8:15, 8:30, somewhere around that. So uno look for me. Uno look for me tomorrow morning around that time. I can't give a specific time, but I will be here in the morning. We're going to read chapter 10. Only chapter 10 tomorrow morning. Then Sunday morning we will read chapter 11. Monday morning we will read chapter 12. And then Tuesday morning we will finish the reading of the book of Hosea and move on to Joel. All right. So that's where we're going to end this morning, guys. I want to say thanks to everybody again for having stopped by, for having contributed to the chat. I sincerely appreciate you, those of you on the tube, those of you on the top. I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming in. And thank you for joining me on this journey. This is some kind of a journey, I tell you, people. And I thank you all for coming along with me. All right. That's where we're going to end the journey for this morning, guys. Until next time, this is Trev from Trevessence, where your journey matters. Have yourselves a great Friday, everybody, and see you all later. Miss B, have yourself a great day, my love, and sleep well today. Sleep well today, my love. All right. Later, guys.